back from LSD. The delay is working through some of the tough issues. For instance, is it constitutional to remove an animal from someone if they've owned it? Is it constitutional to force them to give that animal up in 2 years or 4 years, whatever the timetable is? I'm surrounded here by 3 attorneys who might be able to answer that question better than I. But so we're looking at those constitutional issues, and I think it's a question in our caucus at this point whether we support an outright ban. Again, the issue of people who currently have animals, what you do with them, so it's just taking time to work through the legal aspects of it. But I do expect that legislation to be coming out here in the next 30 days, and we will have vigorous debate in both the Senate and the House.
If I understand the question that you've asked, should there be an outright ban on ownership of exotic animals? No.
It's an interesting question. I was out in Washington, D.C., which I try to stay away from, and I got a call about 6:30 or 7 in the morning from the governor. He says, "You never know when you get up in the morning what you're going to face." I said, "What are you saying?" He says, "Wild animals running around in Zanesville." And I said, "Oh my gosh, you got to be kidding me." And of course, when the enormity of it sunk in, how this man was doing this is totally beyond me. Apparently, he was impecunious and yet, you know, was collecting all these animals. Obviously, we cannot have such a situation as that. I have been told, and I don't have a memo on it, that we have lowland gorillas held by some people. I don't think that's kind of appropriate. I mean, unless they have some very extensive sort of a place to keep a gorilla. And I don't understand the affection some people would have for a gorilla. Although my wife did decide the famous Timmy case, where he was shipped from the Cleveland Zoo to the Baltimore Zoo for a breeding program, and he had never had any luck in Cleveland. So when he got to Baltimore, he had 37 issue. He just passed away here a couple of months ago. Some of these things are so far beyond my comprehension that I think, Tom, we're going to have a lot of testimony. I'm convinced of it. Thanks for the question.
Okay, with that, I'd like to thank our